Hi, everybody. We're back for another episode of In the Black. I'm Janelle.
And I'm Tre'elle.
Guys, I am so glad you're back here today. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Tre'elle, how are you feeling?
I'm doing extremely well. I'm feeling great. How are you doing?
Um, I'm looking forward to this chat with you today. Yes, we're
Per
on it.
usual.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes. I remember back in 2020, there was a word. It was always trending, pending, all doing all the things. Pivot. People were like, "I've got to pivot now. I've got to pivot." COVID happened, and it caused people to pivot.
Pivot.
And so that's what I want to talk about today: is when it's time to pivot. Is it actually a pivot, and how that works in your business?
Mm.
So many times, and I think we spoke about this a couple episodes ago. Felt like my business was just a hot mess, and I had all these brands, and I was constantly pivoting. "Oh, I'm gonna do this. Oh, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna pivot. I'm gonna have a different brand. I'm gonna have a different colors." Nothing was right? I was just constantly pivoting. But it wasn't that I was pivoting. I was still in the same through line, and the through line is the concept of the same basis, right? So education is my thorough line, right? So everything business that I had was based off of education, based off of teaching, based off of coaching, based off of learning, right? So I wasn't pivoting my business. I was getting clarity on what I wanted to do. Because as was in my 20s, early 30s, I'm still getting to know myself. So it couldn't be that I was basing my whole business, my whole future off of somebody in their early 20s, right?
Mm.
So as I'm growing, my business is getting clearer on who I am and what I actually do. I'm doing both at the same time because your business is really you. We start a business from a problem that we see based on the space that we're in.
Mhm.
So I was getting clarity and I was not pivoting. I was just getting clarity on my business. And I think it's probably the same for you. Right now, you're not pivoting, you're getting clarity because you haven't changed your business name. It's still Target branded. You're just getting clarity on how you want Target branded to be perceived. We talked about that brand perception.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So none of this is a pivot because I think pivot has a bad connotation with it now since people have used it over and over and over again. We're getting clarity. So every time, and I'm speaking to the entrepreneurs because I know that you guys know what I'm talking about. Every time you're like, I'm going to change my brand name. I'm going to change what I'm doing a little bit. It's not pivoting. You just got a little bit of clarity. I know some teachers that said, I don't want to be teachers anymore. I want to be a project manager. Teacher is a project manager. It's not a pivot. It's clarity. You just didn't want to talk to kids anymore. You wanted to project manage adults. I think even your husband went from teaching to project management, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It just came to me that that's who I was talking about too. But I saw that in Facebook's groups too. Like they're project managing kids. Teachers are project managers of kids. Now he's project managing adults. So he didn't pivot from teaching. He just got clarity in what he wanted to
Yeah.
do.
Wow. All right. So as you mentioned, you said your thorough line is education. It just made me think like for me, mine is communication.
Mhm.
And communication for me is so colorful because it can go in so many different directions. And a part of my ADHD like brain, because I've never been diagnosed, but I just be like, yo, I just, but a
Mhm.
part of that like brain, I'll say like that, when you are one who can come up when you're a visionary and you're creative, you can build whatever you see and put your mind to. I realized through it all, like it's still to me a form of communication, and communication to me is all about expression. And how you express yourself, how you express yourself, it matters, right? So again, it aligns with the brand perception, how you express yourself, how you communicate your message, how you communicate your methods and your frameworks. It's going to have a receiver at the end of it, you know what I mean? So you're sending and emitting all of these things. You're giving
Mhm.
out this energy. The receiver on the other end though has to be at the same, or if not greater, to be able to understand what you're out here putting out. And when every time I was pivoting is because I came into a new level of understanding, like you said, a new level of clarity. And it was just like, oh, I have to change the direction, or I have to change the mean or the method, to be able to communicate the message that I would like to express differently, or in a way that is going to attract what it is that I'm putting out. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that's all communication theory. And that's my thorough line. And creativity is just my way of expressing how to communicate. It's still branding, it's still storytelling, but making sure we really align in communication that you can feel what I'm putting out when I put it out.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. And so you're using communication to gain clarity.
Mm, girl.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And then I want to address the pivot, right? What I love about the pivot, because you know the baller in me, you feel me? The baller in me. When we are here, when we catch a pass in basketball or whatever, they be like, establish your pivot foot. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna
Mhm.
get it, you're gonna drop, you're gonna put 2 feet down at the time so you can make the choice and the decision on whether you want to go left or right or whatever with your left, or whether you go left or right with your left or your right. So it always says to land on 2 feet. Catch the pass, land on 2 feet, and then establish your pivot foot, because the pivot foot is going to give you the ability to assess the court, to assess the defense, to see how you would like to move, what play you want to run. That you want to go left, you're going to go right, you're going to get somebody to set the screen, whatever, however you want to play it. A pivot is not a bad thing. And I think based on just 2020 and COVID and everything that happened, people used pivot as like change, or like as if it's something different. Like I'm pivoting from this place to the next. No, a pivot is not necessarily change or a new identity. It's just a change in direction. You're just navigating the circumstance, the playing. You're just going through the playing field just a little bit differently, right? And that's something that I've learned about pivoting, and why you shouldn't feel bad to pivot. You're going to take the path. You're going to establish that foot, whatever you want to do, and you're going to go in the direction that is going to be clear for you, that is going to be laid out for you. You want to get out of the noise. You want to get out of that. So that's what a pivot is. It's just like it says, evolution. You're not you're changing directions to get to the end goal, to your desired goal. And that to me is okay. Like it's okay to pivot. Just to put a little
Yeah,
baller in it, you know?
no, 100%. And I like to say that people, they always have something to say about something, right? So it's like, oh, she's changed her business again. Oh, she's pivoting. Oh my goodness, doing something different. You know, people always have something to say. But I want to say, when you said that, I just thought of stand on business. 10 toes down on your pivot. Okay? Like, people, I know what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Who cares? You're pivoting. Okay. So what? You've gained clarity on what you want to do. This is your life. If you need to feel like you need to pivot, you need to get that clarity, then do it. Who cares what people say? Those are those same people that's going to come back and ask you the questions. How, who, what, when, where, and why.
Girl. Stand 10 toes down. You know
This
what I'm
is
saying?
your choice to make that change.
even with standing 10 toes down, when you on your pivot, right? In basketball, one of the things they teach us is triple threat. And so triple threat is like you grab the ball and you protect the back, you protect the ball, you take it away from your defender. Otherwise, they're gonna just knock it out your hand, whatever woo. So when you said people, you know what I'm saying? It's just like protect the ball, protect the goal, protect the brand, protect the business, protect you. Whatever that rock is or whatever the ball is to you, you know what I'm saying? Protect it. Triple threat gives you the ability to grip it, secure it so that it can't be knocked from the front nor the back. You got enough strength to move it out of the path. You know what I'm saying? So protect yourself in this pivot too. Don't sit here and worry about what the naysayers got to say. You know what I'm saying? Don't listen, don't go left, don't go right. You stay locked in on that desired goal, that clear path that you're working or aiming or going towards. You know what I'm saying? So not only stand 10 toes down, protect your peace, protect your mind, whatever that is at that time, so that you can get to the basket. You know what I'm saying? So you can get an easy lay. You feel me? Layup.
No, for real. And I like to say that at this point, if you are pivoting in your business, if you are gaining clarity in your business, everybody doesn't need to know your business. At some point in time, you got to shut it down, go into within, and stay to yourself because not everything is for everybody. You don't need to tell everybody that you're changing your business. When you come back out, when you see people again, I know Tre'elle was talking about this and with her social media, because that's what I'm talking about right now. So when you come back out, you're like, bam, I'm back and I'm doing this. I'm no longer a school teacher. I'm a project manager now with a PMP and I'm making $150,000. How I got here is none of your business.
Mm-mm.
'Cause you got that clarity. You shut it down, went quiet, went ghost, and focused in.
Right, lock in.
Mm-hmm.
That's
That's
me
what
and
it
Christian
took.
handshake. Lock. We go like this. Me and Kristen, we lock and then like lock in. You know what I'm saying? Lock in.
Yeah.
Like for real. Go do whatever you have to do. Like that's the establishing of the boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Making sure that you create that space because that's what a pivot does. It allows you to create space or make space if somebody's trying to get on you. Like it allows you to assess, you know what I'm saying? To get pivot foot. It can happen like quickly, you know what I'm saying, depending on your IQ of the arena that you playing in, you know, but at the end of the day, you're gonna want to create that space, you know what I'm saying? So maybe you want to pass the rock, whatever you want to do, but at the end of the day, get the easy lay, get a quality shot. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you don't do layups, maybe you don't. Maybe you don't dunk, maybe you a good, mid-range shooter. Maybe you good at the free throw, like I mean at the 3 point. Like whatever it is, find your strength in the pivot though, because that's what's going to carry you to the end, right? The strengths. Maybe I need to change and pivot and let's just use whack stuff like change the visual, change the design, change the whatever. But again, all of those things come when you have more clarity. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I wanted my brand color to be yellow because my favorite color is yellow. But come to find out, I understand now color psychology. I know what I'm wanting to attract. So maybe I'm going to shift and pivot from yellow and I'm going to go, gold, because it's more luxury. Because that's, you start to move in that space and then it literally just starts to unfold. It's like, yo, this is it. Like, this is the it moment. And you're going to be pivoting a lot until you find out and discover your it. Once you figure it out, it all works out. And that's going back to one of the previous conversations when you get to flow, when you get to that state of flow state, whatever you want to call it, when you get to the stream that flows and is filled.
We have here on our notes alignment catching up. So when you get alignment, you're going to get to that flow that Tre'elle is talking about. So you can pivot all day in your clarity until you get to that point that things start to flow. That's when you know that you've got something. That's when you know you're in the right spot. I know that I'm in the right spot because I'm getting phone calls of opportunities. People are calling me like, I got a scholarship for you. I got a grant for you. So when you start getting phone calls and emails of opportunities for what you're working on and you're barely sharing it, you're just doing small little things,
Stick the thought out of my head.
No, for real, because I don't feel like I'm sharing at this point right now on this recording, I don't feel like I'm sharing for kiddos as much as I could be sharing for kiddos.
Mhm.
And I'm still getting emails. Emails from Amazon. "We got money for you." Emails from big companies that say they wanna help me to build what I'm building. So, when you pivoting, don't let anybody change your thought process. If you feel this is something you need to do, you need to make that change in your life, this is the signal. This is the sign you've been waiting for. Make that change. Gain that clarity. Lock in. Go within. You're going to come out a brand new person and your alignment is going to catch up to you. You're going to be in flow.
I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing.
Guys, thank you for being here today. This is a short one, but it's sweet, and I hope it gives you the motivation that you need. Thank you for being here. Bye.
Bye, y'all.